baseball. I have a picture up of, I'm actually talking to my cousin Cheryl. Cheryl went to Japan. She was telling me how the sushi thought the selection was better here in the U.S. than it was over there. But that is a bucket list place for me. I want to go there. Definitely want to make that happen. So it's funny. She goes, are you doing a podcast? Yes, I said, I'm doing a podcast. So I have a picture up of Bryce Harper yesterday showing up pregame. Hey, there he is, Josh. Pregame wearing an AI t-shirt, which is, of course, awesome. Also, the guy, his third base coach, was holding him up on a play, and he was gone. He took off, and the place was going ape shit, which I love. I love that they were going crazy. And Twins, 18 straight playoff losses, 13 were to the Yankees. They won yesterday. They beat Toronto 3-1, and it was raucous in Minnesota at the game. Raucous. The crowd was raucous. So basically they play 3 days in a row, and then they go on to the division series. So then we're down to 8, and then we're down to 4. But yeah, and then poof, it's over. I saw that games 1, 2, and 5, Vegas Aces have sold out of the WNBA Finals. It's best of 5. I think it should be best of 7, but that's just me. The 2030 World Cup is going to be on 3 continents, which is crazy. Crazy, right? 3 continents. I mean, just the logistics. Morocco, Spain, and Portugal will host the 2030 World Cup, but the opening matches of the tournament will be played in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. The South American bid had been put forward to host the entire tournament to mark the century of the very first World Cup. So they awarded Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay the opening games, 100th anniversary. All 6 countries will qualify automatically for the tournament. It will be the first World Cup to be held across 3. Uruguay hosted and won the inaugural World Cup in 1930, and Argentina were the beaten finalists, while the South American Football Confederation, CONMEBOL, headquarters are based in Paraguay. CONMEBOL was the only confederation in existence at the time of the 1930 tournament. Following the first 3 matches, Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay, and their 3 opponents will then travel to Morocco, Spain, and Portugal for the remainder of the tournament. Holy shit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So still 6 countries are guaranteed into the tournament. I was like, oh, that's a lot of stuff going on. Wow. I was just like, oh, wow. I mean, that's going to be a showstopper, in my opinion. Breece Hall was off snap count for the rest of the season for the Jets. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Giants and Jets haven't run an offensive play with the lead this season. I mean, Jets have been tied. I guess the Giants took the lead and then held on. Oh, and I made changes on my fantasy football. Joe Burrow said he's feeling better. Fuck that shit. He's gone. Done. History. Finito. I got rid of him. C.J. Stroud. I know Michigan's pissed. I'm picking a dump Ohio State quarterback, the Ohio State. But he is hot. I don't trust Jared Goff week to week. Got rid of Burrow. I added there. Mike Wilson is a wide receiver, rookie 3rd rounder out of Stanford for the Cardinals, who's on track for 60 catches, 1,000 yards. He's going to get the ball more. I picked him up as a wide receiver, and tight ends. They said they're going to get Goddard, Eagles into the offense more, which bodes well for me. Yeah, I benched. Yeah, I think I actually got rid. Did I get rid of Kyle Pitts? I think I'm done with Pitts because I think he doesn't. I know he doesn't have a quarterback. How about the Pats? Carol and I were talking today. I'm going to have on a woman who is playing on the St. Elizabeth Division III baseball team. And I'm looking up her name because I don't want to. Yeah, I thought it was Jorge, her last name, but it's not. Her last name is pronounced George. And I was looking for her right now. Damn it. There it is. Yeah, Alexia George. So Alexia is going to be on the show, and Carol was a huge softball player. Now, Alexia plays fast pitch catcher. She is, I saw her catched, threw somebody out at second, got some nice contact on a ball. They're playing a intra-squad game. Danny, my buddy Danny, is a coach for the baseball team, so I was like, all right, let's make it happen. So we're working on that. That is going to happen. And Carol is very excited to hear her podcast, which I am too. Yeah, so I was just thinking, all over the place. Got a lot of things going on. And I still have to get on the captain of the UNC, Henry, the captain of the UNC hockey team. That's another thing in the future too. But yeah, and the company, I said, let's get the company, Kev, Josh, Anthony, Aaron, anybody else from the company, and let's talk sports with these guys. I mean, they follow DiPietro, and I'm always gonna butcher who you watch, but I was like, let's get you guys on. Let's talk sports with you guys. You can talk about the creation of the company. You can talk about, all the guys can talk about how they got into it. They're really passionate about it, but why don't we talk sports with them? They're listening to other guys talk about sports. I want to hear their opinions on sports. So that's something we want to get going in the future. Yeah, and Breece Hall was getting crap on PS5 playing Madden. And the guy said to him, maybe the Jets would win more if you could score a TD in real life, not Madden. He wrote, GG, easy, pal. Good game, easy, pal. I guess I'm older, so that's a different lingo. Yeah, DiPietro and Rothenberg. Yes, he said, we will do it, Josh. And Breece Hall wrote back, you all texted me off PS5 now? Yeah, hell yeah. Because that's what it is. I mean, your guys are on, and then you can talk to each other. They're going to be some trolling, some trash talk. Now, Albert Breer said, the most interesting stat for Zach Wilson, after the Jets were down 17-0, he was 26 of 34, 233, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he did come to play. Justin Pugh is now in the practice squad, which means he'll be starting on the line for the Giants in the very near future. 2013 first-round pick. Yeah, I mean, the Giants need a lot of help. A lot of help. How about this? Randy Gregory, 30 years old, last year signed a 5-year, $70 million contract, $28 million guaranteed. He still owed $14 million this season, $5 million for next year is guaranteed. 4 games. He wasn't even getting snaps. He hasn't even played half of the defensive snaps this season. 9 tackles and a sack. He was replaced by Nick Benito, second-year player for the Broncos, who had 2.5 sacks, a forced fumble versus the Bears. Last year, he had a knee injury. He also was thrown out of a game for punching. He had 2 sacks last year. He's played 10 games for $28 million. That's a good payoff. And they're going to youth movement. I mean, get rid of him. And now you can pick up a defensive, he's outside linebacker listed, but really a pass rusher. Missed 54 games for substance abuse policy. Never played more than 11 games and never had more than 6 sacks in a season. So 10 games in 2 years. Never played more than 11 games in a season. Got 5 years, $70 million. What was Denver thinking back then? I was always like, why would you do that? Why would you pay that guy all those shekels? To me, that seemed like a mistake, an accident. So the Texans' offensive line, Kendrick Green, torn meniscus, he's going the IR. Cooper Kupp, 21 days till he can get activated. But Bakua Nakua is lighting it up. He's on pace to break Megatron's record of 1,964 yards. I mean, he's playing out of his mind. 39 catches, 4 games, for 500 yards receiving. But, Cooper's going to get some snaps, but I still think you got to pass the ball around. And I don't think he's going to slow down. Lions are on 20-plus points in 13 straight games. That's the longest active NFL streak. They're playing some good football, man. They are playing some good football. Panthers need another wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutherland, they could be up for grabs. Denver, T. Higgins, they're going to want a lot. Brengel's going to want a lot for T. Higgins. We'll see how that goes going forward. And, I talked to Michael Wilson for Arizona. 7 catches, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. In 4 games this year, 14 catches, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Listen, I need people to light it up. And I'm playing a guy who's won 3 in a row. And I'm already picked to lose. So I need something to light a fire. And Eagles, Jalen Carter, the highest graded defensive tackle in the NFL, 92.2 on the Pro Football Focus. The Steelers tight end, Pat Freiermuth, 2 to 3 weeks out with a hammy. So Connor Haywood and Darnell Washington, rookie out of Georgia, is a man-child. He's a very big, very, very, very big man. Very, very large football player. He's huge. And I would love to see him get more playing time with the Steelers. And they're not going to get Matt Canada staying. They're not going to get rid of him, the Steelers, but we'll see what happens going forward. And Brock Purdy is going against the Cowboys, who only given up 10.2 points per game. They meet in Sunday Night Football. They're the least scored upon, best defense scoring in the NFL, the Cowboys. But Brock Purdy is 3rd in completion percentage, 72.3, 2nd in yards per attempt at 9.1, and 8th in passing yards per game, 254.8. And last year, he only averaged about 208. Also, he's getting the ball off quicker this year, 2.5. That's big. It's always about how quick can you get the ball out of your hands. He's tied for 6th at 2.56 seconds. You got to get the ball out quick. And I was talking to Carol about Daniel Jones, and I was watching Orlovsky talking about Jones, where he could have got the ball out. And it's easier for Orlovsky to say this.